Health Partners Stage 3 for the Santos Tour Down Under, and it was in Tea Tree Gully where the race got underway. The town hosting a stage of the TDU for the first time. Destination Campbelltown after a stage of 145 kilometres, a short neutral zone of just 500 metres, and as soon as it got started, it was Luke Burns, the leader of the FX King of the Mountains classification, who launched the breakaway. His teammate from the ARA Australian national team with him, Tristan Saunders, one of the South Australian locals. Across the top of the first climb, Burns picking up maximum points, extending his advantage in the race for the polka dot jersey. Soon after that, the Cofidis rider Axel Mario came across, along with Stefan de Bod from EF Education, as the Kangaroos were getting into the action. It was quick across the top of the climb as the four came together out in front, trying to build their advantage on the peloton that was being led by the teams of the sprinters BORA-hansgrohe and Jacob Alula. Across the second of the FX King of the Mountains climbs, and it was Burns once again collecting maximum points. It was then that the young Australian gave the thumbs up and waved goodbye to his breakaway companions, returning to the peloton. Into the first of the zip track intermediate sprints, and it was the Frenchman Mario collecting the maximum points ahead of de Bod, followed by Saunders in third position. Back at the peloton, still Jaco Alula and BORA-hansgrohe doing all the chasing as the overall race leader, Isaac Del Toro, and his UAE teammates could sit back and watch the others do the work whilst they held on to the overall race lead. Second of the zip track intermediate sprints, same result. Hotly contested, a little tighter this time, but once again, it was Axel Mario getting there first ahead of de Bod, followed by Saunders. It was then after the sprint that Saunders decided to go solo. Whilst the other two went back to the peloton, the young South Australian dragged his lead back out to a minute and a half before he was reeled in with 30 Ks still to race. It was then onto Cuddly Creek and down to the Gorge Road where speeds were topping 80 kilometres per hour with a nasty fall off to the left. Many of the Astana riders caught up, and the Australian national champion, Luke Platt, was at the bottom of the pile. It was then time to see if anybody could upstage the fast men. It wasn't to be the case. No more breakaways. As they headed into Campbelltown, it was the BORA-hansgrohe team flying. Ryan Mullen launching then Danny Van Poppel. Van Poppel, the final lead-out rider for Sam Welsford. And it was just as they delivered on stage one. It was perfection from Van Poppel and followed up by even more from Welsford. Welsford with a clean pair of wheels taking the stage victory ahead of Elia Viviani, Dan McLay in third spot with no changes in the race for the ochre jersey. 2 out of 3 stage wins for Welsford.
Sam, you just had one of your teammates come in, say grande, fantastic, big effort.
Yeah, another one, you know, this is super crazy. Yeah, to get one, let alone two, is really special, and these guys are just amazing. Full commitment down the gorge, you know, even just the whole day, GC guys pushing wind for me. It's just so super nice to have that belief in you, and just an incredible ride, and I'm just riding the wave right now.
How hectic was that? You mentioned Gorge Road, that looks scary. How brave do you have to be to keep yourself in position for that finish?
Yeah, I mean, the closer you are to the front, the kind of more safer it is, really. But you know, some of those bends are quite tight. But there was some good camaraderie in the bunch. Everyone kind of, you know, said easy in the corners because no one wants to see anyone go down, especially on those corners. So, but yeah, the boys put me in the perfect position, all downhill, and yeah, I couldn't believe when I crossed the line again.
Every team was trying to do what BORA-hansgrohe did today to set their sprinters up. How is it that you guys are so much stronger and able to do it?
I'm not sure. A lot of teams were working off us. We could see it going down the hill. You know, you kind of have an idea where everyone is in the bunch, especially the sprint teams. But yeah, I think actually Quickstep came hounding on the right, and then we just had to, you know, smash into the back of them. But it's quite far down to the finish, so you have to be really patient, you know, and like, with the speeds of, you know, 75 down here, it's like so hard to go long on the front. So you've got to be super patient, and I think that's what was really the benefit today. And the guys were just never in doubt and always knew I was there.
And it was slight headwind at the finish as well, so you had to get your timing right. They've done an incredible job, but you obviously had the smarts and the power to finish it off.
Yeah. This is why I love racing at home, you know, home crowds. But I think, yeah, it was a long sprint. I actually probably went a little bit too early maybe, but I had the 56 on, so I kind of just fully centered, and I think I was in the 10 at on point, so it was a pretty big gear, but at that speed, you just grip it and rip it, you know.
Well done, 2 wins from 3 days. Fantastic performance, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
The team backed Sam Welsford, and for good reason. He's taken yet another stage victory. In the general classification, it is still Isaac Del Toro on top. Corbin Strong is second at 2 seconds behind. Axel Mario picking up few time bonuses, moving to 30s at 5 seconds, followed by Gourmet, Williams, DeBod, Zimmerman, Finn Fisher-Black, Barret, and it's Caleb Ewan rounding out the top 10. Stage 4 awaits. The destination then is Port Elliot.